Alright, so in this video, I made a tier list based off my whole experience with the brand new Anime Rangers X updates. But before we get to the video, I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. And I am doing a 10,000 Robux giveaway if I hit it. Pretty much 1 Robux per sub. So it would mean a lot if you guys will like and subscribe. And I do have a Discord link in bio. And yeah, let's go straight into the video. Alright, before we get to the tier list, I just want to let you know every single thing I say in this video is my opinion. So don't expect everything to be bar for bar. I'll be using my past information because yet again, I did make 3 whole videos on this update and I will have every single one of the brand new reworks. So I'll be using my big brain in order to make this tier list. Alright, so this is the tiers we have meta, A, B, C, rusher, support, as well as mid don't use. Pretty much mid is like a bunch of random units that you're never going to use, but that is going to be our layout. So let's start off with the first unit being Umbrella. I think he is a OG Battle Pass unit. He is from Sakamoto days, I'm pretty sure. And he is actually a support unit, so he's going to be our very first support. Let's put him in there. For this girl, I don't even know where she's from, so she's going to mid don't use. Blood Queen, she is a secret banner unit. She's actually quite good. You could say she's around A, but you can say she's around A, but for me, I'm gonna put her around B because she's not that used anymore. She used to be, but she's kind of just mid now. All right, now we have Sid. I'm pretty sure Sid was a second ever event, and he is actually really good being a old limited unit. So I'm gonna place him in A right now. And now we have Furo Fang, the same anime from Sid. I'm gonna have to give Furo Fang in rushers because she is a quite decent rusher. So she's still usable. I personally use her on my rusher team, but she is slowly falling off of the team because there's units like Speedster and other units that are just so much better. But let's go to Ichigo. Ichigo, he's gonna go around. I honestly use him more than Sid, so I'm gonna put him top of A tier because I feel like Ichigo, you're gonna use him more than Sid, and you can get Ichigo way easier. He's literally just like I'm pretty sure he has an Evo, but you do get him from banner. All right, then we have this girl. This girl, I think she's quite good, so she is gonna go around B tier. I don't think she's like C tier like that bad, but I do know she's kind of mid. But now we have Speedster, just like I was talking about. He isn't gonna go top of rushers because it's pretty much just a better for Fang because, you know, he's just better rusher in general. We have Judo Priest. Judo Priest is like I don't never use him. And now we have a Battle Pass unit. This Battle Pass unit, I heard some good things about her, so I am gonna put her in B tier. The only reason I'm gonna put her in B tier because the other 2 Battle Pass units are just so much better. So yeah, and we have Asuna. I'm pretty sure Asuna is a support, and overall she's mid, so she's gonna be bottom support because he's low-key buns. But we have this alien guy which is so chalked. This guy's 100% going stack. Mid don't use actually. You're never gonna use that guy. The only time you're gonna use that guy is for Gohan's quest. All right, now we have Bedu. Bedu's actually an interesting unit because he did like I don't know how I feel about him. He's good, but he's in like insane. So for Bedu, I'm gonna put him in support because he is a support-ish unit, but I gotta put him under Furo. Actually, I feel like he's better. No, he's getting on top of support. I feel like compared to everyone else's competition, he deserves #1 on that spot. But let me zoom out real quick. All right, we have our very first ranger being Boros. Boros is 100% meta. I would 100% go for him because he is a limited unit if you didn't know. So he is gonna be gone when that event goes. So you better get him. All right, we have Cell. Cell is pretty mid, but his ultimate is actually quite good for game modes like Rift, so I'm gonna have to put him either top of B or A. I'm gonna be honest, I would use Cell more than Ichigo and Sid, so for that reason, he is going top of A. And Chahane's another mid unit. I wouldn't. She's just going in C tier. She's usable, but you know, not that good. All right, now we have Yuta. Yuta's kind of interesting because he is one of the first limited units like Sid, and he does have a pretty good ultimate. So for that reason, I honestly might have to put him above Ichigo. I wouldn't say Yuta is like better than Cell because Cell's like ability is actually way good, and he has some pretty solid DPS. But I would say I would use Yuta more than Ichigo and Sid because theirs are kind of fraud right now. They're on fraud watch. But the next unit we have is Denji. Denji is a rusher that I personally use a lot. So I honestly feel like Speedster is better, but I do use him a lot, so he's probably going to stay at second best rushers. He's really easy to get. All you have to do is do the new raid, and I'm pretty sure he is a banner unit, so that's extremely easy. Evo. Alright, now we have Akuma. Akuma, I don't feel like he's necessarily meta no more because there's so much better units for Storm Event, but since he is a really easy unit to get, and he doesn't have an Evo, and you get him from Storm Events, I honestly feel like he's well-deserved high A because he's so easy to get, and he's going to help you with Storm Event or to get Boros. He's just so good for the event, but overall his DPS is kind of falling off already, but he is still really good. Alright, now we have Diablo. Diablo is another unit you just do not use. He's just so bad. And so let's move on to Fairy Queen. Fairy Queen, she did actually get reworked, and for that reason, I heard it's actually nuts now. So I'm gonna have to put it at top of A because she is yet again another user, and she's probably easier to get than Akuma just to be better. So I would 100% get Fairy Queen because she is insane. Escanor is another mid unit. So I'm gonna put him top of C. If like the whole C tier list is just units that I probably would never use, so that's why there's probably not an order. But Ice Queen is a support, but she is actually a must need for dungeons, which is why I'm honestly gonna put her around support wise. I honestly use her more than Bedu, so I honestly gonna put her top of support because she is just absolutely insane. We have the girl herself, Eto. So for Eto, let's put her up over here. For Eto, she's 100% getting top of meta, dude. If you haven't seen her freaking rework, she has like 440k DPS on placement. She is absolutely insane. Anyways, and she's literally like one of the easiest rangers you can possibly get right now. So she doesn't even have an evo, so she's just absolutely broken. But now we have Aizen. Honestly, Aizen has to be top of I would say, I gotta say, for like how to get him, I would say Fairy Queen is much better because she is so much more simple to get, and she does not have an evo. So unlike Ranger Aizen, you don't have to do a full quest. So that's why I'm gonna have to put Aizen underneath Fairy Queen, because she is just way easier to get to be as good or even better, which is why I feel like she is deserved there. So let's move on. We have Phaeton. Phaeton's another unit you just personally would never use. Let's put him in C tier. His passives are kind of cool, but you don't really use them as of right now. Falcon. Okay, with Falcon, he is usable, so I'm gonna put him, I feel like he's well-deserved top of B, because I personally would not use him for anything, but he's still viable, which is why I'm gonna put him in B. Okay, we have a Funny Valentine. Funny Valentine, I gotta say, he is so good. He's one of the best, to rework at his whole updates. He is absolutely insane, which is why I'm gonna put him in a meta, because this guy is absolutely insane. And the way you get him is just from the raids, so it's quite simple. It's like a 3% chance or something, and you can complete it within like 20 seconds, so it's honestly a really easy evo. But now we have Giorno. Giorno is another support unit that I honestly wouldn't say he's absolutely, I feel like he's better than Bedu in my opinion, so he's gonna go second to best. I would say Ice Queen is still more viable because Ice Queen's like a must need for dungeons yet again, so that's why I feel like he's well deserved right there. Ranger Gohan, gotta be honest, he is hard falling off, but he feel like he is a well-deserved third because he is better than every single one of these units, but I don't think he's better than Aizen. I feel like he's just a mid-tier ranger, which is why I'm gonna put him right here because, you know, this unit is way easier to get because you don't have an evo, and this is a ranger unit, and I'm pretty sure he's out DPS's Gohan. All right, now we have Gojo. Gojo's another actually really good unit, so I'm honestly gonna have to put him at top of A because his rework is absolutely insane. If you haven't seen his rework, dude, you need to get him. He's so simple. You get him from Banner, and you get him from a Heavenly Cube, so it's honestly really easy to evolve him because he is a old unit. So that's pretty much how you get Gojo. Now we have Griffith. Griffith is going 100% top of support. He is a must-do support. You use him for every single team. Like, if you make a team, you should always have a Guts and like other supports on it, but Guts, for every single team you make, Griffith should be your #1 pick as a support. Alright, Guts, I honestly gotta give Guts, I feel like he's worse than Gojo, so I'm gonna have to put him behind Gojo by top of other units because literally every single rework is absolutely insane. So pretty much anyone that reworked, I would just 100,000% get recommending because, you know, they're just freaking insane, bro. But let's move on. The very next unit we have is Black Reaper, another rework. This guy is phenomenal. I gotta say, SPA and damage wise, he is going top of A because he is just a better Gojo and Guts, so this is why he's gonna be top A. He is a tank as well, so he is absolutely looks really good, and you get him from using the RC like captures, whatever. I did make a how to get video if you don't know how to get him, but that's it of the yap for him. Let's move on. We have this chopped guy from Portals. I don't really see people using him. I know people actually do use him for sometimes, but I'm just gonna put him at top of B because I see people use him, but I don't think he's like that insane, which is why he's going at bottom of B. Heal Cliff, you never use him, so he's going to don't use. This girl, I honestly feel like she's a support and she's just really bad. She's just really outdated, so which is why she's gonna get placed there. All right, now we have Icarus. Icarus is actually really good. good. I gotta say, I honestly would use him over every single other unit in A because he is honestly really good. The only thing about him, he is a really hard unit to get as well to evolve. Yet again, I didn't make a video on how to get him, so if you're curious on how to get some Jinwoo and Icarus, I already made a video, so check that out. But next unit we have Yamamoto. Yamamoto is a good unit. I wouldn't say he's necessarily like insane. I'm gonna have to put him right here because he's honestly really easy to get because you can get him from just using codes. Because I did make a summonless video and I literally got him when I just put in codes, so he's honestly not that bad of a unit. That's why he's in B tier. Alright, now we have Yudahara. I think that's his name, or Kisuke. For Kisuke, I'm gonna have to put him around B tier. He's usable, but yet again, I wouldn't really use him, so that's why it's me bottom B tier. Actually, I would have put him right there because I feel like he's still more usable than her. But now we have Dio. Dio, I feel like he's honestly a really easy ranger to get, even though he's quest, but he still isn't really that good, which is why I'm gonna put him between the other two rangers, being Aizen, Dio, and Gohan. And I know, dude, for some reason, half of the rangers are so bad compared to all the brand new units. So I don't know what Eric's is thinking, but yeah, pretty much all the old rangers are mid, but all the new ones are good besides Gohan. Alright, now we have Johnny. Johnny is arguably as good as Dio. And the thing with Johnny, he only has the one evolution, so you don't have to do the whole ranger quest and everything. So I'm still gonna put him around here because I do feel like he's a little bit worse than Dio, but he is better than Gohan. Because pretty much how Johnny works, he is a critical build. And if you have critical gear on him, he's pretty much one of the best DPS-wise, which is why he's a well-deserved A. Alright, now we have Joel. Joel is actually a new unit from the brand new update, like one update ago. So I'm gonna have to put him around. I gotta say, I have to put him above funnyvalentine. Joel is honestly insane. He was so mid when he first came out, but once they reworked him, this guy is a top of meta, and he is a unit from the brand new game mode from an update ago. It's pretty much how you get the adventure portals, and that's how you get him. He is a quite rare chance, but they did actually nerf the game mode, so it's only 20 out of 25 waves, so he is quite easy to get. Let's go to another unit. What's another unit? We have Akari. Akari is mid, so mid. You get him from in time chamber, and he is insanely rare just to be straight buns. Kirito is gonna go around. He's honestly was really good. I gotta put him on top of B, but I don't think I would use him ever like any of these units in A, which is, I feel like he's a good at B units. He does have an evolution, and you get him from chest, so he's honestly a really easy unit to obtain, but he still isn't that good. So let's move on. We have Saber. Saber is a rusher, I'm pretty sure. So let's move Saber up. I gotta say, I would say Speedster and Denji are better, which is why I'm going to put her right here. But I do feel like she's better than Feral Fang because she is a really easy unit to get. She is a mythical off banner, and you have to evolve her. That's pretty much it. Her Evo is really simple. All right, now we have the GOAT Norris Herrera, bro. The Norris Herrera is honestly so good for no reason. I'm going to put him right here because he is a really good rusher. I personally use a legendary Naruto a lot, especially in my other accounts, which is why I feel like he's better. You could say he's better than Denji, but just because he's a legendary, so slap him in the middle of rushers. Alright, now we have Ion Koji. Ion Koji is one of the best capsule units besides Akuma, so I'm gonna have to put him around A tier. I do feel like he's better than these three, so I'm gonna put him around here because that feels like a really good spot for Lulu. Because his passes are actually quite insane, so you have to read his passes to know why he's good, but DPS wise, he's not that amazing. Alright, now we have a Fairy Queen. The thing with Fairy Queen, I'm pretty sure she is a support. So let's put her around. I gotta put her around better, bro, because I honestly feel like she is better than all these three, because these three are kind of just max, especially the only good one is Umbrella behind her. But Asuna and the Rift Girl are just really buns, so don't expect anything for her. Yuoba you don't really use, only use him for Aizen quest pretty much, so Yuoba is going in C tier. Same thing with Monkey Ma. Monkey Ma is just another trash unit you get, so that's why she's going C tier. Let me zoom out real quick. Alright, now we have my boy Natsu. Natsu did recently get a rework web, so I'm gonna have to put him in around the A tier. But I do honestly feel like he is better than a Ranger Gohan, which is why I'm gonna put him around here, because dude, this guy is absolutely insane. He was so mid when he first came out, but dude, they reworked every single one in new Fairytale units just to make him all completely broken. So that's pretty much what happened. Omega Shenron. Oh my god, Omega Shenron, you are going, I gotta say, you're second support. I wouldn't say you're better than Griffith, but Omega Shenron is another must-need unit you need on your team for every single team you make. He is quite hard in Evo. You get him from all the Dragon Balls, which that is quite time consuming because you have to do like a bunch of stages, but Pink Sniper. Pink Sniper is a old battle pass unit. I'm gonna say top of B. I would say she's more usable than right here because she's still really good for a battle pass unit, but she's just filling on meta kinda. Power, I gotta put her, she is a rusher. I do feel like she's better than these other two, but not better than Legendary Naruto, which is why she's gonna be at the 4th best rusher. Poochie, you're never gonna use. Poochie is just mid don't use, bro. He's so bad. Alright, but now we have a battle pass unit, the newest battle pass that's currently out, and she is actually amazing. So for that reason, I'm gonna have to put her around here, because I do feel like every single one of these units above her are better, but she still really is really good for her battle pass unit. Pretty much how you get her, I'm pretty sure she is the first tier of the battle pass, which is insane for a good unit, because if you're starting out, just getting her would be an amazing start. Alright, we have Rimuru / Slime. I literally heard nothing about her, so I'm just gonna put her in B tier because I guess she just really cool, so might as well glaze her a bit and put her in B. We have Rascal. Rascal is a follow events unit. His passes are really weird, but I do gotta say he is better than all of these other units, so I'm gonna have to put him probably behind Akuma. Actually, no, I'm gonna put him above Akuma because I would honestly feel like you use him more than Akuma now, because Akuma was only used for fall events, but now we kind of get like blocked off, you can say, because you pretty much just replace him with Eto because you just want to use Songjin Woo and Eto for the new events, or fall event, I mean. But yeah, you pretty much get the gist. Oh, we have Son Goku. Son Goku is another unit I never see, but I'm pretty sure he would be a support. So for that reason, he's just going to go right here, because I did hear it's actually quite good for being a limited support, but that's for a well-deserved spot. Now we have Shinji. Shinji is a max tier battle pass unit, and for that reason, I'm going to have to put him around. I'll be honest, I got to put him behind this girl from the battle pass, because he is tier 100 just to be one of the worst units out of his whole battle pass. So all the work you have to put into him is honestly just really bad, especially for a unit that is worse than the other two units from getting a battle pass. So which is why I feel like it's a well-deserved B tier. All right, now we have this guy from pretty much Rifts. I never see this guy use him. I'm putting him in a bit, bro. I hate this guy. He's so chopped, bro. If you've seen this model, bro, oh my god. All right, now we have Sniper King. Sniper King, she's honestly a really easy unit to get. She yet again doesn't have an Evo, so for that reason, I am gonna slap her in A, but wouldn't you see better than all of these units, so I'm gonna have to put her around here because she's an amazing unit to get. She's only at 5% from the SAO render stage, and she doesn't have an Evo, so she's honestly really simple to get. So that's why I would recommend getting her, and that's why she is a well-deserved A. Oh, we have Songjin Woo. Nice. Okay, let's move Songjin Woo all the way up here. Let's put him right here because Songjin Woo obviously is going to go straight to meta. But the only thing is, where do we place him? But right now, I do honestly feel like Eto is better, and before this update, Songjin Woo is already better than Boros, so which is why I'm gonna put Songjin Woo between both of them, because Eto is too broken, and he's like Boros level, but I do say Songjin Woo does have that very advantage because he is easier to get than Boros, and he's just pretty much better in every other way, which is why he's gonna be a well-deserved meta spot. All right, now we have Skull Knight. Skull Knight is another amazing support, but the only thing is, where would I place him? I would place him honestly the third best, because I still use him more than Ice Queen, even though she is a must for dungeons, but she isn't that good besides out of dungeons, which is why I'm gonna put Skull Knight over, because I personally use Skull Knight for like every other team I make, because Skull Knight's honestly really good, because how it works, he gets like 100k to like your units, which is honestly really good, especially since it's like stacks up so other units. So that's why Skull Knight is absolutely insane, because you can give like 100k health to literally like a rare Usopp or something, which is really cool. All right, now we have Solar Fist. I yet again did make a summon this video. He is honestly really simple to get. You get him from the second ever story, the render stage, and he is like a 3% drop or 1% drop. So just for him being so easy to get and being quite good, I'm gonna put him in B tier, but I'm gonna put him around here. I feel like that's a well-deserved spot, because I want to say he's like more like viable than these four, but I gotta say like he is so easy to get, which is why he's gonna be middle of B. Alright, now who's the next unit? We have Primal Fusion. Primal Fusion is a limited unit from a boss event. He is absolutely insane support, which is why he's gonna take the number 2 spot, because I honestly do feel like he's better than a Primal or better than Omega as well as Skeleton Knight and everyone else on this tier besides Griffith, because you know Griffith is just absolutely insane for every single team. But let's move on. We have this Fusion guy. This Fusion guy, you just pretty much just get him for Gohan's quest, which is why he's gonna be mid don't use, because you're not really gonna use him, you're only gonna obtain him. So we have Trunks. So Trunks is another unit that you don't have have to evolve and straight from banner. And for that reason, bringing so simplicity and having really good DPS, he is gonna go around top of A. The only reason I feel like he's top of A just because he's so simple to get, and him alone has so much DPS for not having evolution, which is why he's a well-deserved A spot. But we are seeing the end of the tier list, so now we have Lullaby. Lullaby is a summer limited unit, which you can only get from the summer event. She was like a 1% drop per completion or something. A lot of people have her. If you want to trade for her, she's literally only like $2 IRL, but she is insane support. So for that reason, I gotta put her above Ice Queen, because I use Ice Queen more, or I use Lullaby more than Ice Queen, but I do use Skull Knight and all of these other four more than Lullaby, which I feel like Lullaby is a little bit outclassed, but she is slowly falling off out of meta, so I wouldn't worry about trading her, because probably the next like 3 updates she is going to be permanently replaced. Alright, now we have the GOAT herself, Yurichi. Yurichi is just such a good unit, man. She is another like banner unit that you don't have to evolve, which is why I'm gonna put her behind Trunks, because Trunks has more DPS, but Yurichi has more like versatile, which is why I'm actually gonna put her above Trunks, because I honestly feel like Yurichi way more than Trunks, just because of her passives and everything, which is why she is a well-deserved A spot. Alright, so we're finally seeing the end. So we have Yuno is a support and she is a limited, but she isn't that good, so I'm gonna put her around bottom. Actually, let's put her around, I feel like she's good right here. She's usable for some stages, but for the most part you don't really use her. And actually I'm gonna move Umbrella over here because I feel like that's a better spot for him. But let's move on. So we have the very last unit being the Dark Sorcerer, which you get from the adventure portals, and he is the Secrets. And this guy is absolutely cracked. I wouldn't necessarily say he's a meta, but I do gotta say he's top of A. He is so like, he is quite hard to get, but he is honestly really worth the grind, which is why he'll be the top of A. But hey, look at this tier list, bro. I wouldn't say this is not bad of a tier list, bro. Our tier list is not too shabby, I gotta say. I really like the tier list already. But let me see if I can make any changes. Meta is good. A is good. B tier is probably a mess. B through C tier is probably just a bunch of random units. Just units I would never use. Same thing as mid don't use. I personally never see anyone using these units, which is why they're on mid don't use. But I feel like the rushers and supports are a good spots. Alright, that's pretty much it for the tier list. If you did enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe. And this video has around 200 likes. I will do this every single updates, because I do get comments on all my videos saying, oh, what's about you now? Oh, what's about you now to update? Blah blah blah. And yeah, so which is why I might honestly do this for every single update. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe yet again, and yeah, peace out.